How you doing?
Good. Let's get right to it. You have a connection to Lil Wayne?
No, I don't. I have a friend that used to works with him, and that's how that connection went about.
Okay. We were told that maybe you had a manager, but maybe that's not quite
My
accurate.
friend Karen Silva, she used to work with him a long time ago, and she, heard the comment that Coach made and said, she are good friends and still work together on some stuff, and she reached out to me, and she made it all happen, and I was happy that Coach got it. It was a really nice gift, and I'm even a more bigger fan of Lil Wayne now because of that.
Last year, obviously, you were out of the lineup when Jimmy took over. You kind of you missed the 5-game winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was it like, not having a part in that? Was it rough on you to see what was going on here, and not being able to contribute?
It was rough to be away from football because I had so much free time that it was just nothing to do. But I was happy for the guys, happy for the team because I knew all the work that we put in, and I know the guys are happy to be winning because when you go 0-9 and then it's like, can this just be over? But when you start winning, you're like, all right, we want some more. And I was happy for the guys, happy for the team because we all went through the times together, and for it to turn around is an exciting feeling. It makes everybody wants to keep playing football, keep working hard, and just keep being good at what you're doing.
So what have you done to kind of make up for lost time as far as working with Jimmy, gaining chemistry, and kind of being on the same page?
Oh, no, I just been working out. Early started back working out because I had a lot more free time than the guys, so I started back working out earlier than the rest of the guys. Started in January, just getting back into football, just getting, trying to get bigger, stronger, and faster, catching the ball, just doing everything that that keeps you going throughout for the long season. But nothing really changed. I just started earlier because I had more free time.
The injury you had, Pierre, can you just kind of describe what it was and how frightened you were about it and just how you had to get over it?
It was I can't even explain it to you. It was the little hairline fracture. I'm sure I could have played if I needed to, but it was, it's a neck. It's not an ankle or a toe or something, but, I don't know the exact terminology for it, but, it's a neck though.
With Jimmy's quick release, his accuracy, I mean, you're kind of seen as a kind of a perfect fit for him, your style of play. How do you feel about stepping in and you two guys working the combination?
No, we're happy. Jimmy's a great quarterback. Happy, he's throwing the ball. Happy that, with all of the things that he's done, and just happy to have a quarterback that can get us the ball. No matter who's throwing it to, we're going to try and catch it and get as many yards as we can, or we should. But definitely happy to have Jimmy as our quarterback. All the receivers are working harder. Everybody's excited. Everybody got a pep in their step. So, it's very exciting to have Jimmy there.
You two connected a couple of times today. Earlier in practice, there was a deep ball. You ran, and you all kind of was shorter. I mean, was it a miscommunication? Do you remember that play?
It just, not miscommunication, just, good defense, and, it was an incomplete pass. It happens, but I can't remember what exactly happened, but, I didn't have a chance at it, but it was, part of it. We'll go back and watch it and get it fixed.
Kendrick Bourne credits you. He said the first few weeks of last season he kind of just watched everything you did, and he said it rubbed off on him. Have you noticed, him developing as a player here?
He's doing really well. We're happy for him because he's a very, very good guy, very nice guy. Always having fun, always enjoying it. But he's definitely, he came in with a lot of talent. He's playing well, catches the ball very well, gets in and out of routes well, and makes plays. However, he makes them from jumping to creating separation on tight coverage. When you come in, you always try to watch the guys ahead of you because they've been there, and that's what I did when I came into the league. So it's kind of like a routine thing, just watch the guy in front of you to be where they're at because they've been through it. But he's definitely learning fast, learning well. He's definitely gonna help us a lot this year.
Who were the main guys for you when you were young?
Reggie, Marvin, Gonzo, Dallas Clark, Peyton, those guys were, who I watch and just follow what Reggie do, watch what Reggie do, watch what Marvin do. It's easy to fall in line because they were winning and doing everything correct and, very detailed about everything and being ready for their seasons.
Were you part of the players-only practices that Jimmy would organize in the offseason in the summer?
Yeah, we were here. We were working out at San Jose State, getting some plays in, some routes in and routes on there and stuff like that. But, yeah, it was there.
Was that your
that something?
Impression of him? Was that the first time you caught passes from him and got a?
Yeah, at San Jose. Yeah, it was first time out there. It was like early OTAs. I think I don't know exact days, but it was OTAs. Like,
You hadn't met him though until then.
nah, I had met him before. Can't tell you where I met him at, but I had met him.
What were your first impressions of him going through those?
Nice guy, very nice guy. Quarterback. Nice guy.
Have other
Is there anything that
quarterbacks
stood out to you as you've kind of grown with him, bonded with him?
Nothing stood out. We talk a lot about, what we see and what we want. And, it's just about being on the same page. You try to, on plays like today, we'll go back and talk about it, like, hey, what are you thinking? What am I thinking? And whatever he says, that's what, we're, as receivers, we're going to do because, he's the quarterback and he sees it from one point of view that that's the best way to get us the ball. So we will definitely, do what he, says and recommend and, what we come on the same page with.
Dante Pettis seems to have a unique, unorthodox style as a wide receiver. What do you make of him?
He's a good guy. He's definitely, like you say, different, fast, but he's definitely once he gets it going, gets familiar with playing in the NFL, he'll definitely be great because he's got speed, he got agility, and he can catch and he can make guys miss. So he's definitely one of the good guys that's gonna help us later on in the year once he gets comfortable being here.
He already looks now like he belongs so much more than in OTAs. Is that something that you
It's
noticed?
just reps, a lot of reps, and that's what the coaches do. They give a lot of guys reps so that they can, get familiar with it. Because the more you do it, the more familiar, more comfortable you get, especially going against our defense and with our system. Once you do it a lot, you get very, very comfortable, and you can, eliminate some of those other thoughts that, that are slowing you down from being a natural athlete that he is.
You know Kyle for a long time. As he goes into his second year as head coach, do you see anything different? Is he more comfortable? Anything maybe that you've noticed?
Yeah, he's a lot more comfortable. First year, everybody goes through, their own self, evaluation, even if it's real or not real. But, you definitely see the growth, see the person, see a lot less stress than it was, But that's just what comes with experience. Just like I said, if you go through it, you learn and you keep growing. And Kyle's gonna keep working hard. But I do see a difference from this year than last year.
When you say you see less stress, you mean like he's more comfortable talking in
Well,
front of
last year we were trying to implement a new playbook. This year it's a lot easier to repeat the playbook because it's the younger guys that needs to learn, not the whole team, not the whole offensive line, whole offensive running backs and receivers. So it's a little bit easier because we can help coach the younger guys from our experience, and the coaches could just relay the message.
What's it like for you being teammates now with Richard Sherman?
It's cool. He's another teammate. His locker's close to mine, so he's a good guy. Nothing personally, nothing bad, nothing at all. When you're out there on the field, or you're competing against all 11 defenders, no matter if they're on fan day you're going against them, or if you're going against them in practice, or if you're going against them in game, you're a defender, so you have to do your job. But in the locker room, we're all friends. We're all here to do one job and help the team win.
Is it funny how the NFL can work like that, though? I mean, you have some epic battles with a guy, and then all of a sudden your teammates down the road?
I'm used to it, especially nowadays with free agency and one-year contracts. You get used to things like that.
You went up against him
Couple
today.
more guys.
Can you describe what he's like?
Some tall, long guy. He's physical, great defender, and he's helping us out, helping us all as receivers getting better.
How often does a receiver and a cornerback talk like a little trash before a snap, or is it usually just quiet?
It all depends. If you know the play, if you got to play down back, then you can do more stuff of talking. But if you're trying to still run to the line and figure out what you got, you're probably not talking as much because you're trying to see what the defense is doing and what you got. So, it goes back and forth. It all depends.
We're doing
Last one.
another question about Bourne. You talked about last year, like a lot of rookies, he had to figure out how to be a pro, according to a couple specific instances where he had to really kind of shape up. Did you help him with it? Specifically help him with that? Like, hey.
You just have a conversation with him, like, hey, this is what they're expecting because, nobody's going to babysit you. But, you just have to be ready for everything. That's the definition of a pro. That's what we say in our locker room, being ready, being prepared for anything and everything because on Sundays we can call anything and everything, so you have to be ready for it. So you can't make excuses, and that's what it is off the field. And when you have, certain things coming up, you have to be ready for it. You have to be here on time. You have to have your notes. You have to, have your body prepared. You can't make excuses because that's what being a pro is. So, that's kind of the conversation you have with them and be like, hey, look ahead to see what's coming up so you can be prepared for it. Thank you. No problem.